We'll just never
It's
find out.
me. Listen,
It's
it's
a
me.
mystery.
I don't stop talking just because the stream started.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Avondale and Kill City Sinners.
Our audience feel isolated from our inside jokes.
We were having a very fun conversation.
We were, and
you'll never know about.
And Stacie's back.
No.
Stacie's back.
Hi, Stacie. We got Stacie.
I'm home. I was in Europe and now I'm back in the States.
You are back in the States, and people are going, "Way, yay, woot!"
Y'all are so cute.
I want to know more about them Swedish meatballs you've been having.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Man. I didn't have no Swedish meatballs.
No, I said
all that.
I said Apple. This was in the Thursday night stream. I said Apple was in Sweden, but Apple was actually in Ireland, and I said Stacie was in. I don't know. And then
I was in Portugal and the Netherlands.
Right, but I probably said you were in in Australia or something. I don't know.
That's what. So he was in Sweden. All right, that wasn't Stacie.
My brain was it. My brain still is in Sweden.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Dutch cheese. I still have a bunch of Dutch cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Well, the one kind that I got was just called seasonal. So I don't know.
No, that's like a farmer's cheese.
And then I got some traditional Gouda, some Gouda, some really good stuff. So I got a little bit of everything.
Yay! Hello, Erin.
Hi. I just finished.
RTL.
I was totally prepared, and I have extensive notes.
Oh, and preparations. You got a lot of prep work. You got enough Batman time in for us?
Yeah, I've got pages and pages and pages of
just
notes.
Prep time.
I'm just excited it's autumn. Can we talk about autumn for a second? Buying Erin a little bit more time just in case they need it.
Who the fuck is Autumn?
I love her. I love her. That's all that matters.
Autumn's my new bitch, obviously.
Clearly.
Did you hear about my new partner, Autumn? They're like so cool and chill, and their favorite holiday is Halloween.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you hear about Autumn? They wear like all like orange and like earth tones, and they're very just like
velvet, lots of velvet and corduroy.
They're not aloof, but they are a little distant, a little cold, but not like frigid.
In a way that like fits with my trauma, you know?
Yeah. Like a comfy blanket that every now and then will just call you a bitch.
Yeah. They love pumpkin spice lattes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing. The one basic thing about them is the pumpkin spice.
Definitely a Scorpio.
By the way,
100% a Scorpio. Oh man, that's actually funny because I've dated a lot of Scorpios. Like actually, Stacie Lores that I've dated probably too many Scorpios.
What sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo.
July Leo.
July Leo. Okay. Kevin, what are you?
There's a difference between July and August Leos, and I will stand by.
Oh, baby, nothing in the signs can hold me down. I'm a Gemini.
So you're looking Junes. Junes, May, Junes. Mike, what are you?
I'm a late June Cancer.
Late June Cancer. Okay.
Cancer.
All right.
You guys, we have to protect you guys.
And us too. All right, Donald's a Libra, so we have KJ who's a Gemini. Burley Earl's like Scorpio. Don't hate.
I want to know
Libra, I love Libras. Libras are my besties.
I want to know moons and risings. That's what I want to know.
Want to know who?
Moons and risings. That's the important part.
Aries moon, Cancer rising.
Oh, I'm a Cancer too. I'm Virgo, Cancer. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got that little fire energy.
Fuck.
Oh shit, we're starting to sound like Autumn.
This is the kind of stuff that my new partner Autumn is really into.
Yeah. Autumn is super into it.
For the record, I do not have a partner. I'm very single.
Holler.
Just making sure we're clear.
Oh my god.
We're gonna put Stacie's phone number in chat. So
hold on. We need to review that as a staff before it releases to the public.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, hi everybody. I'm sick.
I missed y'all so much.
If I'm coughing a lot, I'm sorry. I will try to mute when I can, but there's too many tabs and not enough attention. So anyways, can somebody please please give a recap. So
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we the sinners were in a meeting with Dale Cooper, and that's when he had divulged, after we were picking things apart, that a piece of equipment, a very crucial piece of equipment, had been stolen by a competitor, and then we were hired by Mr. Cooper to go over to their headquarters, steal it back, and, well, that would be cool if we got there and remained conscious in the effort. When we got there, minimal security, all the lights were on, it was sus as fuck. There were 2 guards up top. Cody ended up taking care of them. And then Zephyr and Shar went down into the belly of the beast, into the building, going through various corridors, etc. And all we knew is that there was a storage unit or a storage room that had this piece that we were looking for behind the CEO's office. So we went in and we took an elevator to get there, and then all of a sudden gas started pouring out, doors open, 2 people there with guns go, what's up, motherfucker? And then from behind, bam, bam, those 2 were then taken out, and from behind, the Bookhouse boys then appeared, blew them away. Shar's unconscious. Zephyr's breathing through his harmonica to stay alive. Cody's on the way down, and, well, Andromeda's probably playing pinball in some ambulance that she stole, so who the fuck knows what's up. Now, as for the piece that was stolen, last I recall, this piece allows somebody who has plenty of implants to revert themselves to pure natural over a course of a certain amount of time. I don't know if that means regeneration. I don't know if that means that, like, it's stem cells that are suddenly regrowing, like regen. I don't know what that means. Either way, we were sent out there for a good amount of credits to go do it. And by the way, I believe I am Virgo rising, Virgo everything.
No, you're not.
I am.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a compatibility thing later.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually, you know what?
So compatible.
Well, hold up, because tropical zodiac is different from sidereal. Tropical is what it is what everyone does, but that shit's 2,000 years old, and we've changed our position in the galaxy.
Yeah.
So we're actually sidereal, which means I'm actually an August Leo.
Great. That's
Talking.
way better.
So that's the summary of the last campaign from 2 weeks ago.
Autumn definitely told him that.
Excuse me, Autumn and I are having coffee tomorrow morning, so y'all can just like fuck up, and it's all can be like pumpkin spice latte.
Hey, you know what? Props to you. Like, getting a date with Autumn is like the best thing ever.
I seriously want to meet this Autumn person now.
I googled what my moon
Don't they
sign
sound
was, and
amazing?
It says the moon was in Cancer. So
All I know is my ex's name is Summer, so this doesn't make anything better at all.
No, summer's a whole other
Really
vibe.
season, man.
So before we get into it, really quick, because we're gonna do this before we do it at the end, because nobody listens at the end. So everybody gets to go around and promote your shit and tell us who you are and who you're playing and what and where your socials are. So Steve, go.
Sure. My name is S.J. McKeen, aka Steve Krause. I'm a voice actor. I have a new video game coming out, Ground Branch by Blackfoot Studios. It's pre-released on Steam in early access 2018. They recently decided to get some actual VA in there, so you will find me as the main character on that in that video game. Plus, there are some unreleased things that may be coming out soon. Socials: SJ McKeen. SJ.McKeen or just SJ McKeen. Also, Evandale, Ebindale. Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin Adams. I play a lot of things, mostly in terms of professions. I do mostly anything that makes people smile. Acting,
that's true.
Live action role play, feeding you. That's one of my favorite things to do. I like feeding people, even though I can't really cook that well, but everybody says it's good, but I think they're being nice. Nonetheless,
We're gonna have to put that to the test one of these days.
one of the many things that I'm most known for currently is as a LARP creator, LARP runner, and game runner and owner. and I go under the moniker of LARP Genie. You Google LARP Genie, you'll find something that I was either in, most notably, and currently running Dystopia Rising chapters, as well as one of the headliners for Drakenfest, which is an annual festival, LARP festival that occurs every year here in Pennsylvania, the United States.
Oh, hold up. I got to ask you something though. You said
please.
You like to cook for people. Like what cuisines?
Oh, so that's why I said it's not. I don't cook well because there's nothing fancy.
Don't give a shit. What cuisines, man?
I will make you an artisanal grilled cheese sandwich. I will make you a grilled cheese sandwich that will be like, oh, a grilled cheese sandwich, that's nothing, and then you'll be like, hold on, what is in here? This is hitting the palates, something special.
You're making the fat kid hungry, man.
And it's very important that the flavor is distributed appropriately throughout the cheese melt and the bread, and what is properly melted, the crust, if there is a crust to the bread that you prefer. Anyway, I'm getting into it. I want to do a thesis on it. Next up is right below me, Stacie.
Hey, speaking of thesis, that's what I've been working on recently. Hi, my name is Stacie, and I'm a linguist. I go by Stacie the Linguist, no spaces, pretty much everywhere, but primarily like TikTok and Instagram and Twitch. On Twitch, I stream a combination of like educational media, educating about like linguistics and language, and streaming a bunch of random bullshit. I also have a podcast called For the Love of Language, which you can find pretty much where any podcasts are distributed. If you're interested in language and all of the like. Additionally, I'm here and I do fun things here, and I'm kind of just like a broad nerd generally, but I am revising my thesis for publication at one point, which is why I was doing the connection. But anyway, enough about me. The other direction. Go to Mike.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm Mike. I'm not on social media anywhere. You won't find me. The best place you can find me is in the Avondale Discord. I lurk around there and pop out and shitpost and talk about frogs. As far as stuff that I do, a lot of schoolwork. I like writing a lot. On a more serious note, I write tabletop games. I did a one-page game that's out on itch.io. I have Wetlands, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game that is complete and awaiting playtesting. And generally, I just write whatever kind of feels right to write at the moment. Erin, I know, can at least attest of I wrote 2 different stories over the word prompt Cracker Barrel Has Fallen.
Yep. It was so good.
One on the train to a Yankee game and one on the train home from that same Yankee game. So if you stick around in the Avondale Discord long enough and post enough, bizarro first time ever spoken sentences, I'll probably write something about it.
Amazing.
What's your handle on Discord?
I think it's just Mike Guardino. In the Avondale, I might be Mike Frogdino.
We're gonna make you
Mike Frogdino.
I am Mike Frogdino in the Avondale Discord.
Mike Frogdino. Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
And who the fuck are you?
Who was that? It's Autumn.
Is here?
Of all of us who could be Autumn, you would be the most Autumn.
That is true.
It's true.
Oh,
it's true.
Thanks. Hello, I'm Erin, also known as Erin My Laundry. I am a cozy horror streamer, but also I created a tabletop collective called TTRPG Collective. And if somebody could link an invite in the chat. Thank you.
Already flourishing. It's great.
It's really great.
Awesome.
It's if you are any sort of kind of creative person or even non-creative, like if you're an attorney, like finance guy or whatever, but you love tabletop games and you want to be involved in the space using your particular set of skills, a la Liam Neeson, but minus all the death, then come on over to our channel. And we've got people are writing an adventure that's going to be published, and people are talking and helping each other. It's just mutual aid and support and networking, and it's great.
That's probably where I'm going to release the first kind of like public alpha of Wetlands. So if you want to get your hands on a rule book for a game about frogs and turtles and alligators and stuff,
It's gonna be great.
Join the Discord.
Hell yes. Yay. Okay, so with all of that being said, are you ready to pause? What? No?
Can we share a little hint of what's to come?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I've been in charge at Evandale for a very long time, and that includes the Discord server, and that includes the YouTube channel, that includes the Twitch and all of the socials. When Erin started taking over the socials for Evandale, things started getting better. When Erin took over the arrangement of channels within the Discord, things really started popping. However, when Erin created TTRPG Collective, it immediately took off. We currently have a little over 200 on the Evandale Discord. Erin, with 2 weeks of existence, got over 100. Erin just simply knows how to market. So I decided that we were going to have a conversation. And basically what this means is that Evandale as a Twitch stream, as a Twitch channel, will go away. Everyone who is here can stay on the same channel. We're going to be rebranding. Evandale as a setting is going to be taking a back seat until I have actually produced something that is worthy. This is going to lighten up my load on a variety of channels, and this channel is going to become something else. We're not ready to announce exactly what that is, but it's going to become something a little bit else with a little bit more programming, one of which is going to be Mike's Wetlands game and more things like that. And meanwhile, the Discord channel will also find a kind of a repurpose, kind of melding into Erin's TTRPG Collective, because that is what the Evandale channel attempted to be under my guidance. I was not able to do it. I'm not as skilled a community manager as Erin. I'm a tabletop campaign writer, and I've not been doing that. So I want to make sure that I give people what it is that they've been asking for. And so we are going to be reorganizing and relaunching this Twitch channel to be something amazing. Everyone here already knows about it. They don't know any of the particulars. Only Erin and I have most of the details, and we're working on some of the finer print. And once all that is done, then we are going to launch a social media campaign. So keep your eyes out for that. You guys do not have to do anything. But I do highly recommend that you join up on the TTRPG Collective already. It's fucking amazing.
I also recommend you buckle up because it's going to be fabulous.
Yeah, so there's some exciting stuff.
You might want to click it or ticket on this.
Get ready for the Wetlands game, everyone.
Oh, shit. Look at this.
All frogs are good frogs.
Oh man,
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be collaborative. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be different, a bunch of different stuff.
Immaculate is what it is.
Remind me to hang that picture back up after the stream's over.
Hang the picture back up after the stream's over.
To remind, you gotta make sure you do that.
So
are we ready?
With all that being said, are we ready?
We are ready.
To go back?
Wow!
That timing was immaculate.
There you go. Erin, take it away.
Woohoo! Okay. Shit. All right. As we open up, we closed with 2 of our characters falling unconscious.
No, I succeeded that. I'm out.
Yeah.
I was protected by my harmonica.
Yeah.
This is true. I'm so sorry. Yes. One of our characters was completely out, and as the last thing that they saw were the lifeless bodies of Audrey and Catherine falling to the floor. And Zephyr, I'm so sorry. Zephyr, who used the harmonica as a gas mask, which was fucking awesome, saw 2 characters. One giant one. He has a mechanical arm and completely mechanical legs down from like his hip all the way down, with what looked like moon shoe kind of.
Wow.
It was like
Ankle breakers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if we were thinking about the same moon shoes.
No, Stacie, not the purple moon shoes that we used to play with as kids. These are the moon shoes as in like the 80s,
The other moon shoes.
the other moon
There's
shoes.
multiple types of moon shoes.
Yeah, and the other one was like shorter, skinnier, long hair. He had a torso that was completely mechanical. His arms and legs were not, and his lower jaw you could see through the smog of the toxic gas, the LED lighting up of a lower jaw. And the one said, "The Bookhouse Boys are back, baby!" And that is where we left off. We're going to cut over a little bit, a la television style, to the inside of a truck, like a box truck with the canvas on top. The canvas is kind of like smacking, the strings are smacking against the metal outsides, and the metal frame. And Shar, you wake up groggy and unsure of where you are, and in a barely illuminated box truck. You hear the sound of things shuffling around in the back, like soft, squishy humans. You hear kind of like a shouting in the cab. It's kind of garbled. You can't really hear what's going on. What you don't hear is the sound of the city. All the sounds of car horns and people shouting and bottles of beer being thrown on the ground and shattering and gunshots and all of those like violent sounds that came from Kill City are non-existent. What would you like to do?
So Shar, being completely mechanical, is going to remain still, number one. Wait for the rest of the systems to boot up and get rid of whatever the fogginess is within the system. Go dedicate everything to audio processing. See if we can enhance the external sounds to identify anything that may be unique to help me identify my location before I ping it back out to anyone else, if I can. Second question is, am I connected to the link of the city or to the Vale in general?
Second question is no. First question is, you feel a weird, unnatural to you heat from outside of the truck. And the canvas, kind of like a tan color, is kind of orange, like, you know, when you're outside and you close your eyes and you can see the light through your eyelids, that color. Mm-hmm. That is the color that you see.
Can are any of my analysis systems up? Like if I open my eyes a little bit, can I analyze?
Yeah.
I'd like to get a reading on the temp.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Shar's never been out of the city. Scared.
All right.
Shar is fucking scared. I don't like this. Start holding an inner dialogue. What would you like me to roll?
Roll your analyze plus scared. And also, don't you have a roll that you have to do at the birth? Is that the beginning of your session?
If you say so. It's an 11. So you can ask me a question and I will answer it.
Okay. I'm going to answer your analyze rolls actually first.
Clark straws, hi. Yeah,
because I have to open up the book because I totally had it up.
Yeah, sure. So analyze. Blah. So Shar wakes up and one eye is pointing that way, the other eye is pointing this way. The temperature scans says it's about 1500 degrees Celsius. So that's fine. I'll just start. I'll just recalibrate just a little bit. Just give me a second here, and everything's gonna be fine. Go through all of this, and completely screwed the pooch on the analyze. Got a 5. So, yeah.
Okay.
I failed.
I'll give you. Hold on. I'll give you a. I'm gonna answer your birth. I'm gonna do your birth one first.
Okay.
You wake up terrified, and as you are looking around, you can't help but ask yourself, was I discarded or unwanted?
They didn't like what they created. I've been finally thrown away. All right, not a problem. I can reestablish a link out to the veil and just... Oh, shit. I listen real quick. Anybody around?
You hear a kind of groaning near you.
Determine location.
It's in the back.
With me?
Yep.
Assess situation. Anyone else around?
Yes.
Aside from them?
3 in the cab.
Up front?
Mm-hmm.
Separated by metal wall?
Yep.
Estimate thickness of wall and sound penetration.
Standard military tactical vehicle. There is a grate in the back that's been kind of cut out haphazardly with a looks like one of those grates underneath a toaster oven that you pull out to clean.
Sure, yeah.
That has been applied as like a slider back and forth.
Wait, Clark Stars just followed. Do I get a reroll on something?
Mm-hmm.
House rules, yay. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
So you can reroll the analyze, and to answer the rest of your question there, with that,
thank you, Clark.
The sounds are. Thank you, Clark.
You rolled the same damn thing.
I did. I fucking failed.
I'll still answer this one though, because you're role playing it, so it's good. So the sounds that you hear are shouting, not because they're
focus on the shouting. Focus on the shouting. Male, female, indeterminate.
2 males, 1 female.
Match voice patterns with anything else I've heard.
The female is Andromeda.
That bitch. Get up on my knees. Anyone else in the cab? Assess.
Yes. There's one groaning.
Who?
Zephyr.
Sensors on. Pulse.
He's alive. He
well, he's
is
groaning.
alive.
I would imagine that he's alive. I mean, like vitals.
He's alive and awake, and the reason he is laying down is because the road you realize that you're on is bumpy, and it's probably easiest for his squishy human knees to sit down. The reason he is... Zephyr, can you roll your...
I did. I got an 11, so you hold 3 on thy will be done.
And you've been... really quick, you've been kind of slacking in that delivery of legs, right? And you've kind of...
I got legs. They're being made.
Yeah. So you had that gas mask, a la Dolly Dumplin.
The harmonica.
And it has not come off of your mouth. You've tried to pull it off of your mouth, and it won't remove itself from your lips.
Is he trying to do that right now?
No, I'm just saying, explaining how he got into this situation. So as Shar is looking at Zephyr, the reason that it's a groaning, it's one of those, because every time he breathes out, the harmonica.
His cybernetic life-saving harmonica is now a part of his face.
Oh my god.
Yes. Hold on.
I'm dead.
This motherfucker's got the prop.
I'm not gonna do that for the whole stream.
Hey.
It's not mine. It's my fiance's.
So, yes. So you kind of scoot over and you see that Zephyr is. I almost said Mike. That Zephyr is sitting there, kind of just like, taking the bumps as they come, and the harmonica is just stuck on his mouth.
Can I interact or no?
Absolutely. You can vamp while I quickly address something over here.
Sure. Hold up. Is the truck moving?
Yes.
Am I driving the truck?
I'll get to you in a second.
Okay, all right. That's fine. I guess I'm not here for that.
Reaching down towards the... All right. Zephyr, wakey. Hello.
Yeah.
Your harmonica's in your mouth. Would you mind explaining why?
I put it in my mouth to sort of me the effects of that gas.
Yeah, but it's currently glued to your face, and you're talking through it, and you sound very funny.
I know, that's the problem. I can't get the damn thing off of me now.
I don't believe you. I want to see this happen.
Yeah, I fully just like grab and start pulling, and it's like pulling my
Mike,
lips
you have
out.
a fucking prop. I want to see it happen. You pull that shit out, dude. He's gonna fucking...
off.
Are you chipmunking that thing?
No.
Oh,
I can. I have a big mouth.
He's gonna do. Breathe. I don't. Ah, damn it! I don't hear the sound.
Oh, it's probably not picking it up.
Ah, shit.
The frequency is like
MVP.
not there for it.
MVP.
MVP.
Hurt my cheeks. Yeah, no, the damn thing ain't coming off.
Your systems seem fine. I'm a little bit curious whether or not you know where we are.
Well, based on all empirical observations, we are on the back of a truck.
I'm going to slit your throat and just dump you off right roadside.
Honestly, it'd be an improvement over the current state of things.
Not necessarily. It's actually worse than that. Stacie's in the cab. Andromeda's in
Who's
the cab.
that?
Andromeda's in the cab.
Well, listen, I don't honestly. Fucking Laura Palmer could be driving this damn thing. I would care less until I can get this damn harmonica out of my mouth.
Well, considering Laura Palmer's dead, I'd be somewhat concerned if it went unattended.
Hey, that is the point of my rhetoric here, Shar.
I'm just get up. Like, come on, just take my hand.
Fine.
Up, good boy. Sit down. Assess. Vehicle's moving. It's extraordinarily hot outside. I don't have a connection out to the Veil. Andromeda is driving. I'm pretty certain a certain Netherworld's region is just frozen over.
I thought we agreed that we shouldn't let her drive no more after she crashed that thing.
Well, hold on for 1 second. Let me just take a look at the wall between the cab and the rear. Just kind of, is that a window I see?
It's a solid grate that can slide out.
Are there screws, bolts, and like less quarter inch or less holding the whole thing in?
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of shoddily done. Cool.
Stick head out. Hello?
So you stick your head into the cab and bonk heads right in the back of Andromeda, who is sitting in the middle.
I would have seen that. There's a fucking head in front of me.
Motherfucker, what are you doing? Oh my god.
What are you doing? Just
bitch?
listen
Jesus
to me.
Christ.
I'm getting absolutely tired. You always steering.
Move it. You're gonna make us crash, you
Now,
motherfucker.
kids, stop fighting.
Bitch.
I'm not the one with the steering wheel, not in my hands right now.
Do I have a steering wheel in my hands?
No, because you're sitting in the middle of the cab between who was introduced earlier as the Bookhouse Boys.
They're dangerous. Andromeda, fit through this tiny hole. Grab both sides of the head.
For like 2 seconds, we're gonna look. I've had this under control.
Grab both sides of her head. Start.
Ow, motherfucker!
Children, if you do not stop fighting, I will request that these kind gentlemen turn this vehicle right around.
I'm gonna make sure you explode. Everything will be
fine.
Get your hands off me. Fucking hell, bitch.
Hey.
While they're arguing, can I check? Do I still have my gun?
Yeah.
And the bag full of C4?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of try to shove Shar out of the window.
I'm telling you.
So as you do that, you recall how you got into the truck. You had the harmonica, and as the smoke kind of cleared, Siggy and Lars, the Bookhouse Boys, looked at you and then looked down at Shar's body on the ground, looked back at you and said, "Huh, that's a mighty fine gas mask you got there." And then you, with the harmonica stuck to the mouth, couldn't respond. And they asked you a few questions, interrogated you to no avail, and they were like, well, we'll just take him with us then, I guess. And Lars picked you up over his shoulder and kind of just dumped you with all your stuff in the back. You did not know that Andromeda was in the cab of the truck.
This is hi, boys. Bookhouse Boys, I believe you called yourselves.
Yeah, that's us, Siggy and Lars. Well, I'm Lars. That's Siggy. That's my brother. He's the smart one and the driver. I don't drive. I can't reach the steering wheel because I'm too big, you see. So I have to sit all the way back. Actually, the seat is gone, and as you can see, I'm on a milk crate. This one's not really nice.
That's very interesting. Now I cannot help.
Nice.
Now, Andromeda, let's not burn any bridges before we've crossed them.
Do you know how long I've been in this car with these bitches? You know how long
because I have
here?
been.
Do you know how much leg space I have? Not enough. Not enough.
Fine, come back here into the cab. Push Zephyr over, grab her
don't
head.
Get me
Just come on,
you
come back.
You were better off passed out cold.
And you see Siggy kind of like goes like turns the wheel, kind of like hey, I'll turn this right around. Don't you? What he said, but I really mean it because I'm holding on to the wheel. Now I like this one. She's got spunk and she's really cool and she's keeping my drink from spilling over. And he looked down and there's
Thank
like,
you.
You're not old enough to drink. You put that down right now, young lady. Who the hell do you think you are? Put that down.
Hey, it's not alcohol. She can drink whatever she wants anyways, but that's just high C.
Yeah, this is Char, we do make most of our living like kind of blowing stuff up and stealing stuff. I don't think a little underage drinking is going to be.
I'm sorry, my regulatory protocol kicked in just for. It's that thing you call.
Now, Char, the most helpful thing I think you could do just for business in general is to try to ensure that program stays activated as much as possible.
Does Shar have a mom mode?
Yeah, totally. Shar has a mom mode.
She has a mother mode and a mommy mode.
Yes, a mom mode, a mommy mode, and then a Karen mode.
Yeah.
Don't make me. I want to talk to the manager.
That would be my brother, Siggy.
Listen, I've been waiting on this thing for at least 90 seconds. Andromeda, where are we going?
Hey, Erin, where are we going? An idea. I personally, Stacie the linguist has a theory, but I don't know.
Oh my God! Wait! Stop the truck!
Don't stop. You can keep driving.
No,
shut up! Where's Kode?
Kode is not there.
I smacked Shar on the back of the head.
Ow! Where's Kode?
Kode's taking care of himself. Don't worry about it.
We don't know these guys. Shar, you don't just tell them that there's a fourth one of us.
Zephyr, we're not dead. Well, you're not dead, and I'm not disabled. I'm not disengaged. I'm not whatever you call it. Whenever.
Yeah, this is Kill City. There are worse things you can be than dead.
We're not in Kill City, friends. We're way outside the city.
I wanted to say that. You stole my line. Fuck you, front of cab.
You see Siggy kind of like he noticed that you said Kode. He doesn't really seem to either care or realize what you're referencing. And he seems very enamored with Andromeda and like a very like, this is a scrappy, like he really admires the pluckiness. And he says, well, she wouldn't have any idea where we were going because I didn't tell her. And then he looks back and has like an arm out like behind him and looks back through the grate and says, I'm gonna take y'all to see Laura Palmer.
They told you she'd be a real bitch when she woke up.
Well, there's been a tall order of a whole lot of assholery happen in the last 90 seconds, but I'm here for it.
Analyze micro expressions of the one interested in Andromeda, engaging that protocol now.
Do you have a move for that besides analyze?
Yeah, probe.
Okay. What are you feeling?
Right now? Powerful.
Okay.
That's going to be a 14.
Holy fucking shit. What can you do with that?
A lot.
Okay.
Typically, I want to know what he's really feeling. What does he intend to do? So I only have a hold one, however. So with regards to Andromeda and relative to his sizing Andromeda up, what does he intend to do with or to Andromeda?
You are watching the way he's answering and moving in the cab. He seems to be very focused on the route and his job of driving. He seems very, like, all of the genuine feelings that you're getting are very human. The human parts of him are very honest right now.
So predator.
No, he's not enamored as in love with her. He's enamored as if like this could be a one of us. Like I'd like to hire her. I admire her gumption.
All right, fine. I power down to death eye lasers.
Yes. So he doesn't have to have a seat when he walks into the house with a box of pizza. He is simply really enjoying her company.
Power those lasers back up.
Oh, you like her? Can't have any of those.
Like one of my foes.
Can't have any of those.
Nobody picks on my little sister but me.
With a 14, though, you notice something.
Analyze.
He knows that you are probing, and he kind of.
How do I know that he knows that?
Because he looks back at you.
Oh, hell, hydrate. Yeah.
Oh.
Grabbing water right now.
Everybody hydrate.
And as he does, when he locks eyes with you, you hear a voice in your head say, "Now don't do that. That's not polite."
In his voice?
Mm-hmm.
Counter hacking.
Yeah, but I don't have a connection to the veil. That is the only fucking conduit that people have.
Are you saying that?
No. That's a okay. Fine. Reassess an access to veil.
It's not there.
Analyze protocol used to send that message. What's the protocol?
You pick up.
Oh wait, sorry. You said we're out of like veil space. Like
Yeah.
there is none of the augmented reality of the veil.
Correct.
Zephyr looks totally different here then.
Oh God. Okay, pause. What does Zephyr look like?
So
what the
gone
hell?
is the kind of like late 20s like white guy with a cowboy hat and everything. If you remember at the end of sort of the last whole deal with Hazer, how Kaze, I think it was, came out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Zephyr is dressed like that again in the kind of like tattered samurai robes, but instead of being a kind of like, you know, early 30s, late 20s white guy, is now sort of an nearing elderly Asian man.
Okay.
An
That's
old
amazing.
dude?
Yeah, an old dude.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
I'll bear it with you. Analyze that protocol.
You pick up on a
Be right with you.
Copycat.
I'm sorry. I just realized I pointed to Kevin and I was like, yeah.
wait, analyze what are you talking about?
I want to analyze it. All right. So any kind of communication has to come over a protocol. Two machines have to establish a language to be able to speak to one another. So you can have like adjacent protocols, but it has to exactly match. And first they share CRC, blah, 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 just to make sure that everything's cool.
Yep. So you realize that there is, while the veil is gone, the staticky feeling that comes from right before you access it is not. And as it sort of like festers, you hear Siggy say, that's it. You're in the veil light, so to speak. And you are now connected to this like kind of like
Local access.
like a hobby, like
Yeah,
a hobbyist,
yeah.
like a free sourced kind of program of the veil. This is, and you hear Lars's voice in your head come in and say, yeah, if you've got augments, you can access this, and it's in your head. Nobody else that is unaugmented can hear this. So Zephyr, you also are starting to pick up on this sound as well. If you are any sort of augmented, you can hear my thoughts. It's a little empty in there, but sometimes I think of really cool things.
I'm going to search all of the. This is my last move.
Yep.
I want to. I'm constant. I want to find out the bounds of this particular veil. In the city, there's not a chance this meager body would ever be able to comprehend the full extent of the veil, let alone one of these meat space folks.
Mm-hmm.
The abyss stares back. I'm going to use the playbook move. We're going to search the vast accumulated knowledge of the veil, or interact with something new in an attempt to understand humanity and maybe what my place might be in it. In other words, I'm going to use that same thing, but rather than concentrating on me, just use the former part of it, the first half, and search the extent of this veil.
Okay.
How far does it extend? From whence is it generating? I want to know everything about this, how I can penetrate it, how I can get Andromeda out of this situation if need be, how can I get Zephyr safe if need be, how can I locate Kode if need be, and what is my place between the three of them connected in this veil. I'm going to roll. This is my shit powerful. That is I rolled the highest I possibly could, 16.
Okay. So with the 16, you start to toe the line of the confines of this veil, this new veil that they are calling Veil Light. And it feels like you are in a really narrow hallway. It's not that you don't have access to like secret information outside of that. It's literally just that. But it's linked between you and Siggy, Siggy and Lars, Lars and Zephyr, Zephyr and Siggy. Like it's a spider web of very narrow. Yeah, it's a little tiny. It's like the Windows 95 of the veil.
A small MS-DOS mesh network.
Yeah, exactly.
Where is it generating from? What's the access point? Like, where is the information being stored?
You don't have that information yet, and it's going to be a bit. You know
That's
that
fine.
as you continue to like study it, you'll learn it.
Last part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Kode, looking for his signature, any record whatsoever of his visor having been in use in the past, I don't know how long it's been, 72 hours. Hold on. Hey, up front. Hey, in the back of the head. Hey.
Oh, what the fuck, bitch? Jesus. You can't
Andromeda,
just use your
Andromeda,
words, you know?
Andromeda.
I'm right here.
Andromeda, shh, the face hole. I understand your muscles just instinctually move, but listen.
Get on with it.
How long has it been?
Hey, Erin, how long has it been? I imagine it's been like a couple of hours.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. It's been like 2.5 hours since we picked you up.
What?
Yeah.
Come back, scan. Fine. Come back and
Okay, Jesus.
scan, looking for any kind of a record, access log, anything like that that would indicate Kode's existence, presence, use of his visor, any kind of a signature. Looking for MAC addresses, IP address, anything that's there.
So you don't hear or you don't see any sort of visor technology. This seems to be only accessible if you are made of mechanical parts. However,
That's me.
no, I know, but Kode is not. So he, like a visor, if the visor was in his body, then yeah, but it's not. So you can't access Kode. However, Kode, where is the heat signature located that Shar would be able to detect around the truck?
Specifically on the undercarriage of it, on right next to the muffler chassis.
Oh, that's warm.
Attaboy!
Yep, I'm not having a pleasant ride. I'm not having a great time.
Cody, have you been down there the entire time?
Yes, I am not happy at all.
Oh, my boy. All right.
I am going to give
sucks.
you the distinct pleasure of describing what the lower 3 feet of world looked like as you passed from the border of Killison City to this desert hellscape that you are now in.
While holding underneath the vehicle, you'd normally have, the typical roadways maintenance work done on the roads, but the basic, like the maintenance passages, the roads less traveled leading out into the wastelands had the cracks in it, the bits of dirt, the settled construction material, some even at some points was mildew along the road as it became more and more uneven, holding on to and to the bits underneath. And holding himself in place was probably the worst part, especially after the ground became uneven, because much like driving through any desert space, any rocky road, poorly paved anything, there's going to be some points where there's debris on the road. So every once in a while, it's been nothing but while hanging from underneath this up-armored military vehicle, there's a little bit of dodging going on and grabbing onto things that are too hot without getting noticed by anybody on or in the vehicle, as well as avoiding any of the sensors that are on these military vehicles simultaneously. Because if he was to go on the outside or behind the truck, there is the cameras that exist for all the directional navigation. So he specifically had to stay underneath the vehicle this whole time, and for the recent few miles, he can only guess that between the change in landscape, the hard the canyon-esque landscape in the background on one side, this is like a no man's land. We're going someplace that is legitimately off-grid. How we even got through, he doesn't know, because it was trying to survive when slipping under the truck when they took the people in the first place.
Erin, we had Astrodrak follow.
Yay!
While Kevin was talking, that means Cody's gonna receive a reroll
sweet.
on something on his next roll.
Amazing.
Astrodrak, welcome.
Thank you. So one more question for you, Cody. Last season, you explained that you had never seen trees or roots before.
Nope.
You have also, because as we talked about, there was sand composite material on the wheel of that UCU van. And that is not something that is found in Killison City.
That was outside of the pawn shop.
It was. So with that being said, you are now experiencing, even if you've seen it on your visor and like pictures or whatever of like what sand looks like, you're now experiencing this for the first time. How awful is the feeling of the grit?
This is terrible. I wasn't kidding when I said I'm not having a great time underneath this thing, because on top of it being very, very obtrusive to everything that we do, it gets everywhere. It's in my fingernails, my eyes. I'm probably got one of those things going where I'm just like, oh, rock, oh God, just looping myself up underneath while this thing is bouncing up and down on this off-road terrain. And avoiding being crushed by the undercarriage by wedging myself in certain areas of it.
Yeah.
But the sand really sucks, especially since there's different gradients of it. There are the thicker granules that hurt when they smash into my face, and then there's the fine ones that get into the crevices of my eyelids.
Why do I think that you were like legit talking from experience?
I mean,
Operation OEF. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
so as we watch this like really bumpy camera angle of Cody having the worst time ever underneath the carriage, holding on to dear life to the chassis, we kind of zoom back up to a very different looking Zephyr, who now is oldified and completely new face and features. You feel the harmonica start to kind of sulk. It sort of loses its like grip on you, and you almost feel an air of disappointment.
Tentatively try to take it out of my mouth.
You can. And you hear her say, well, that's just not fair. You feel different. What'd you do to your face?
I got it. All the conversation that was going on about not being in the veil anymore was like in Shar's head, right?
Yes.
Nope.
No, I didn't vocalize any of that.
Oh yeah, that was in. Yep, that was
I
in.
will say though that Andromeda was probably engaging and being like, "We gotta get your like time sensors figured out. Like you should have known. We've been here. Your internal thing should have been working. Why isn't it working?" And like gone off. She would have popped off on something like that. So there is probably some sort of dialogue going on as this is happening.
All right, but if I hadn't heard about the like being disconnected from the veil thing, then. Like, as Dolly says, your face looks different, I'm gonna kind of, like, reach up and be like, wait, so, where are we?
We are currently on the road, about 2.5 hours since we last saw each other inside of the elevator. Andromeda regrettably has put my hand up against the grate, which used to be there, in a foiled attempt to block the sound. Andromeda apparently has a little bit of control over what's going on. And
excuse me, I have so much control. Don't even get me started. I am in full control here.
I'm going to disconnect your oral receptors in a moment if you don't. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, we're fine.
Looking down and seeing the change in like clothing appearance, go. Okay. It's still me. It is still your friend, Anthony.
I'm well aware. I have constantly lifted the veil to be able to perceive reality, and I've seen this. But I'm curious about something. Does anyone else know this?
In the city, I don't even have to think about keeping secrets.
Then are you safe looking like this? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. I just don't want to... Listen, now I got a gesture. I go, this guy's dead. Deader than disco. All right.
Wait, hold on. Stop. Your flesh was ripped off of someone else's frame?
Okay. I'll explain this as best I understand it. All right. You remember the sword?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That sword, very big on fighting and winning and honor. Honorable fights. Would not like it if you stabbed somebody in the back. Hated losing. Hated shying away from a fight. Right. I go, this feller right here.
The one in the folds of clothing that you're wearing.
Yes, the body.
Yeah.
Right. Came across a young Anthony Berlino in an alleyway and challenged him to a fight. He tried to rob me. I wasn't having it.
The body that you're currently possessing tried to rob you?
I'm possessing it in that I am in possession of it in that it is mine. It's not, I didn't, right.
Are you in someone else's body?
No, it's mine.
Well, it's yours as in theft?
Mine as in spoils, I guess.
You stole someone's skin.
No, listen, let me explain, and then I'll answer your questions. All right? The sword does not like losing, and it has its own definition of what it means to lose.
The sword carved the skin off of someone else so you can wear it.
The man attacked me in an alleyway.
So that's a yes.
I shot him.
That's definitely a yes.
And I kind of lift my shirt, and there's like 3 circular, like bullet.
You are
like,
literally wearing the
bars.
flesh of someone. Hold on. Stop.
I shot him. He went down.
Stop. I swear I will rip the flesh off of you if I don't find another answer to this. Is your flesh on top of a frame like mine, or a frame like, and I point to the cab behind me, like this one, and poke Andromeda in the back of the head?
Outside of...
You stop doing that, I will tear your fingers off.
Outside of the arms. Blood and bone. Shot him 3 times in the gut. He went down. I turned to leave. Very suddenly after that. Very sharp pain in and around the back and chest area. Turns out I did not quite do the job as well as I thought I did. But this dishonorable victory did not qualify as a victory for the sword. In the sword's mind, I had won. Me, Anthony, had won. And the sword goes to whoever won. So, the person who walked away out of there alive with the sword must have been me, Anthony Berlino. It's... as far as I understand it, it has to do with the neural implant, the link that lets us do all of this, the brain chip.
Yeah.
That sword was something else. I mean, hell, you saw me all beat to hell, could cut a feller up and feel right as rain.
In a way.
Yeah. Well,
I guess we'll talk about that later.
It was me being here in this body was the sword's way of making the world right.
When it comes down to electronics and a completely digital world, I have zero problem understanding. In fact, I can even perfect myself in any reality anyone else creates. Yours, and she takes a step back and sits down on an opposite bench along the side of the truck. Your reality disturbs me. Your sword is capable of a vast amount of barbarism. I cannot describe nor imagine. I've seen movies of it. I've seen kink shops, entire shops dedicated to body horror. No problem with that. What you and your blade have done, I want to know more about.
You can go ask the sword. It is currently lying in a pile of rubble in that same building where we killed Hazer. And I pop off my my left arm that's still one of those like original cybernetics, and I toss it to Shar and I go, "You'll need that to talk to it."
Put it down beside me. That's gauche.
No, it's funny, and I turn to him and drop, and I go, "Right, throwing your arm at somebody's funny."
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, dude. Okay.
I can see.
Well, what I'm saying is, I understand the horror of this situation. I understand that I am a, completely different person living in a body that is not my own. I did not do this by choice. It's not like some kind of brain transplant that I elected to do. This was forced upon me, as most of my life since then has been, by that damn sword. If there were a way to go back, I would gladly do it. But the body I was born with, has already been cremated. Those ashes have been scattered. It is not worth trying to sweep them up.
Wasn't planning on it. Just curious what it. We'll get to that, I suppose. Where's Cody?
I don't fucking know. I mean, I've been in the truck as long as you.
Erin, would I know that Cody's underneath the truck?
Did Andromeda see you when she got into the cab of the van?
Nah.
However, Cody, you can hear very, like, you can hear if you focus what's going on.
Definitely hear the squabbles.
Yeah,
It's
no,
iconic squabbles.
it's one of those things where I know you're alive if you're arguing, so it's like, all right, that's fine.
I mean, that's not too far
You're
off,
not
honestly.
wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm
Things are going great if we're at each other's throats.
I'm currently contending with, you know, debris underneath a truck and dust, so I'm not opening my mouth for shit.
Truck rumbling on. Is there a shortcut to assess the environment? Any environmental dangers to any of us? Heat, oxygen, blah blah blah.
Heat, it's hot. What parts of you are made of skin are starting to bead with sweat. It's also very windy and dusty, so it's getting Andromeda for sure. You start to have, because the windows are either
Damp.
yeah, it's and the windows are
So
open.
many layers on.
And the sand is just kind of like caking on your, like, any exposed parts of your face. You could tell as the truck rumbles, the canvas slapping against the frame is more than just like the aerodynamics of like the wind. It's very choppy outside. Yeah. As far as oxygen, yes, it's a risk because it is the cleanest air you've ever breathed in your lives.
Okay, so, all right. For simplicity's sake, do any of these environmental factors pose a danger to my more meat space friends?
No. It's just different.
Then I'm good.
Okay. The truck actually begins to slow, and Andromeda, you are the only one to see there is an approaching structure, or multiple structures, it looks like.
Is it like a little settlement situation?
As you drive closer and the dust kind of clears and opens up to the scene, it's not that it's like a settlement. It's just, it looks like a place where you would have like a gas farm. It's pipes and tunnels and tubes going up and out of the ground and into the ground and around. It looks like the big metal jungle gym. And actually, I will open up Foundry so you could see exactly what it looks like.
Ooh.
And as that's happening, Erin, can I just tap in with you about my rapport with these two dudes that I've been hanging out with for 2.5 hours?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, it definitely seems that like me and Siggy have definitely got like an understanding. What, like, with Lars, is he kind of just like the like no thoughts, just vibes, here to be the powerhouse kind of a guy?
Yeah, he is like you could tell he's got the softest energy in such a broad, hard frame of just big toughness. There's nothing going on behind his eyes. He'll say stuff and it's completely irrelevant to the conversation.
Dope. So me and Siggy have been like on the same wavelength this entire time. In like the 2.5 hours, I mean, I think Andromeda would definitely have tried to like push him on like what this place is, like why Laura's here, how she got here in the first place. Like she's not fully just a human cup holder. Like she would have, you know, tried to push on a few things, you know? So I guess my question is like, clearly this man is like vibing with my whole deal. How willing is he to like offer up information?
I would say roll analyze with advantage.
Okay. And in this case, I mean, if I can tell that he's like into my deal, I definitely would feel powerful in this moment.
For sure.
Of just like, yeah, what's up, dude? What's up?
Yeah, he's hyping you up the whole time. He's like, this is the first time he's gotten company that actually like, you know, you learn very quickly his favorite hobby is Sudoku in the morning.
Cute. Okay, that's adorable. Yeah, he and I definitely. I would have told him about like the 4G chess competition that I got into when I was like 10 years old and how I just absolutely crushed everybody by cheating, obviously, but like I did crush everybody.
Amazing. He probably was like, oh, when I was 6 years old, I tell you, I was a knight for Halloween one day, and I made my whole costume, and every time I would go over and I'd knock on the door, I'd always just fall over as if somebody took my piece, and I was just fall over on the ground. It was great.
How old is this guy?
He's like in his 30s. They both are very like just in that age range.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to get like a general idea of like how old he was. Just so I have like an image in my mind. Okay, I got an 11 on
Hell yeah.
Analyze.
That means you got 3, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. You can tailor those questions to the scene.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of twist the question, what's my enemy's true position, to how is Siggy connected to Laura?
Yeah, so I bet I would imagine once he do you divulge like what you do as like your jam?
I mean, I would be really subtle about it. I'd give kind of like vague ideas of like, yeah, I've got like multiple projects that I'm working on. It's all like super, you know, I don't fucking hate companies, dude. Like corporations can go suck a motherfucking cock, like a big rock hard cock. They can just take it up the ass.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I do a lot of stuff like independently, like out of my garage, like that kind of like vague general semblance of like, I do something and it's probably not legal.
Yeah, as soon as you start to dabble into the soft crimes, he will definitely he'll give you the information that he works for Laura.
Okay.
And that is as much as he will tell you, not because he doesn't trust you, but because he's really excited that you're here.
Okay. I'm writing this down. Just give me 1 second. I mean, is he excited that I specifically am here, or that like this is a whole thing that's unfolding?
That the whole thing is unfolding.
Okay,
like
that the whole thing.
Yeah, the tides have turned, so to speak.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so my second question then would be, I'm gonna kind of twist this. What if anything appears out of place? Is there anything that he's like specifically, like as we're kind of talking and stuff is getting brought up, is there anything that he's specifically like avoiding discussing, or something that he's kind of like steering the conversation towards, like as I'm kind of poking in about like this whole Laura situation?
Yeah, he is not getting too deep into details. As soon as he starts to there are a few times where as soon as he starts to divulge a little bit too much about like where you're going or who you're gonna see or whatever, he's like, oh, you'll know when you get there, right, Lars? And Lars is like, yeah, you'll see it, it's a big place. And that's all he says. He at one point you look over and the sweetheart of a deer is doing the hand out the window. He's like, my hand's a dolphin, look.
Adorable.
He's the best.
Okay, so they're specifically avoiding telling me about the location we're going to.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will kind of like keep that in mind, and I've definitely like as we're approaching, I'm definitely like more observant, like more hyper aware of like scoping the place out, trying to understand like what this place is, how like I have like a good sense of how far we've traveled, how far away the city is. So I'm just, since I can tell that he's avoiding that, I'm gonna be kind of in tune with location. And I've got one more question because I got a success.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to I'm gonna kind of spin this other one, which enemy is the biggest threat, and I'm just gonna kind of like spin that to where does Siggy stand on corporations and augmentations. I do want to specifically note any of his augmentations, and I think that's something that I would be particularly interested in. Like, and what kind of augmentations he has, and then kind of like poke it, you know, as I'm bringing up like, ah, man, fuck corporations, kind of like see what his vibe is based on like some of my like opinions.
Yeah. You are not augmented, correct?
I have 0 augmentations on purpose. I just have my Omni tool.
He, as you're looking at his augments, he sort of like, kind of like preens with pride, especially at his lower jaw is like an LED kind of like strip on the bottom that kind of like glows different colors, like the lights in the behind. Yeah. And, he's got this installed trucker hat on his head that it's like welded to his head, and it's got the screen that shows like emojis on it based on his mood. He calls it his mood hat.
Mood hat. Oh.
Yeah, and as you're talking about the mood hat, and like you see that it goes from like a happy face to like a laughing face with the tears and stuff, and you inquire about it. He makes a comment about your augments, and he says,
I don't have any.
Yeah, he says like, I see you're are you all wired up on the inside?
Death lasers up.
No.
Death lasers up. Oh.
I'm like, nah, dude, I don't fuck with that shit. You know what it does to you, man?
Oh, you're one of them organic meat sacks?
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, you know, I'm a little bit of an expert when it comes to like manipulating other people's augmentations, but like I've never gotten any. I don't want to be a part of the system, man.
Huh. That's real interesting. Isn't that interesting, Lars? And Lars is like doing his dolphin hand out the window, and he says, yeah, if you go like this, it's a lot harder to do the dolphin out the window. And he's like, okay. So he makes a very curious note of your lack of augments. That is the only kind of suspicious comment you get for the rest of the drive.
Okay. As we are like talking about augments, I will kind of like bring up, I'll be like, you know, like I said, I dabble. I help other people with their augmentations just because I'm not into it. You know, it doesn't mean I'm not like opposed to it. And I got some really cool accessories that might float your boat. You know.
Ooh, what you got? What do you got? And what do you have? Like a backpack over there with some stuff in? What do you have in stuff?
I mean,
biological
look,
heat scan.
I got got more stuff in my garage, but like I keep a couple things on me. I've got like a signature, you know, if you want something that's like original Andromeda brand, I've got something that might be up your alley.
Thermal signatures all around, looking fucking everywhere in the cab. Where's the heat concentrating on people's bodies? And do I happen to notice the signature under the under the truck?
Probably unlikely, since it's as hot as it is as our human bodies.
Shut up! I'm trying to get you in game. Fuck.
Well, he's about to be.
Right.
Yeah, it's a total all red and purple underneath. The heat signatures. It's
Who's underneath?
no. So as Shar is like going into mama bear mode, and Andromeda is trying to side hustle the augmented.
Not a side hustle. It is a full, like, there is a reason I'm doing this, but it is like a cool accessory, and it does have some additional like stuff, and it could be really beneficial for him.
He is like, he starts to turn the wheel as you go closer to the gas farm, and he says, I'd be real interested. There's actually a few of us in the old HQ who'd be real interested to see what kind of work you could do for us shopped.
I mean,
beings.
especially if you're out here and you're not getting regular updates on your augments. I think I could really juice you up there, honey.
You are telling me. Listen, the amount of pieces of like those railings on the gas farms that we've had to take off to recycle as like stilts and shit when people would come back with missing parts. We're all handrails at this point, so I would love to see what you got. But in the meantime, no need for the lasers, death lasers, or whatever you got going back there, because we're here. And he starts to roll up and park kind of haphazardly in the dirt lot outside the gas farm. Cody, your 2.5, nearly 3 hours of absolute hell, just sandpaper hell, are over.
Fully exfoliated, by the way.
I probably look.
Fucking sandblasted.
Yeah, I probably look like I'm just full on sandblasted, covered in, camouflaged in dirt and dust and grime. But I'm not gonna move yet.
I think the cleanest is Zephyr and Shar right now. You and I are probably both pretty dirty.
Yep. Something I wanted to do once we arrived was do a little thing, because clearly I have some rocks or something has come up on my my being while under here, and I wanted to tap the theme of Rib Sticker's theme song occasionally as rocks hit underneath. Whenever there's a pause, I wanted to kind of get that tap to try to get Zephyr's attention.
Yeah, I think that now that the road is sort of like calmed down, there's a long pause where you're able to do that whole thing finally in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
And Zephyr, you can hear the metal tapping underneath.
There's only, I mean, I think in Zephyr's personal and professional life, there's only one person that he can imagine that would hang on to the bottom of a truck for 2.5 hours. So I think as he taps it out, just kind of like on the last couple of notes, tap along with my foot.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I don't know if you know Morse, but staying hidden. Just staying hidden.
I think even if Zephyr doesn't know Morse, if they dump me back here with all of my stuff, I think he can kind of like tap along on the side of his glasses as he just sits there and get the note like across.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Taps back. Just like, yes, want gun? Question. like yes, want gun.
Silence. dot. No. But yeah, that's all I'm doing there for Kamo as of right now.
Okay.
Okay. So you, Andromeda, you are able to get out as Siggy and Lars jump out of the vehicle and go around back to unlatch the bottom half of the truck and then roll up the canvas. And the sunlight pours in on Shar and Zephyr. That's so convenient.
Wish I had some of them.
Kind of like lifts it up, does a big stretch, and is like, "All right, bitches, let's fucking go."
Crawl out in an unnatural fashion on all fours, spring out, land next to Andromeda. I swear, I will kill them, and just walk away.
I climb out right after Shar and go, "Oh, they don't mean that."
I just see a finger with a voice and just like aimed at the distant wind. Oh yes, I will. Oh yes, I will.
Siggy,
Such a mama bear.
Siggy looks at Zephyr as he's getting out, and he says, "Yeah, I let you keep all your stuff. You can. We're all packing heat here." And he lifts up his he's got like a tank top on, like it's all greasy and like there's like motor oil on it. There's like a whole rip in it. And you see he's got a gun. He's got a little he's got a weird like portable. It looks like a little miniature fire extinguisher, and he's got like a few other things. He's got brass knuckles on. And then you look over at Lars, and Lars just kind of like shrugs, and like his shoulders kind of pull out, and then little cannons come out of them, and he's like, "Yeah, everybody has something here. These are my boom boom shoulders," and they go boom boom.
They're very nice, Lars.
Thank you. No one's ever told me that before.
Well, I mean, in our field of work, we tend not to run into many other connoisseurs. Well,
what's a connoisseur? Is that a type of Komodo dragon?
In the distance, you just see a face palm in a silhouette.
As he's telling me about his boom boom shoulders, I go, "Now mine ain't nothing fancy like that, but it can do some tricks. I do have storage as the tag on my cybernetic arm, so I think I just."
No, you don't. I still have one of your fucking arms. I'm carrying alongside.
You have one of my old SmartLink arms. My twitchy, hobbled together right arm has storage as its tag.
SmartLink arm, so it can tell my refrigerator what to do. Arm, that one.
So I just flick my wrist out, and I think just like a single bullet just flips up and then lands back into the storage.
It's like a Borderlands character.
Yes.
He looks down. He's like, "That's a real cool trick. I like that. I like your arm."
Thanks. And I pat the revolver. I go, "I can reload it one at a time like that. It does take forever."
I imagine he starts laughing. He's like, "I imagine it does. It also takes me forever, but that's because I have to go into the supply to get more cannons for my boom boom shoulders. It takes about 6 minutes."
The cannons are one-time use? You replace the whole cannon?
Yes.
And I pat Andromeda on the back and I go, "I am certain I know some enterprising young technician that could fix you up with an ammunition feed system."
You do?
We can get you to a semi-automatic level for sure.
Oh, you'll have to talk to Siggy. He told me I can't manage anything that's more than just like a manual feed.
We will talk to Siggy.
Okay. He's a real smart guy, though, so I'd watch out if I were you. One time he dressed up as a knight from the chessboard for Halloween, and he said that he got so much candy.
I can imagine. He can move to all of the houses in sort of an L shape.
What do you mean?
That's how the knight.
What do we see?
So what you're let me describe these guys really quick. In the clear light where they are fully standing. Lars is 8 feet tall. He is huge, but he's got mechanical chicken legs. So it's as if his legs skipped leg day forever. So he's got these little toothpick, like they are actually partly made out of the gas farm handrails that they were talking about earlier. But he's got huge shoulders, and the cannons that come out of his boom boom shoulders are like about the width of Andromeda's neck. Like that's how large they are. He's got blonde, like golden blonde hair, completely human, like meat space face. And both of his arms are completely cybernetic. His torso seems to be also meat space. So he's just head, torso, and everything else is augmented. He's got like
pale pink, pale olive, pale mocha, pale.
He's sunburnt to fucking lobster.
So Irish red.
Yeah, and he's got a equally golden brown or golden blonde, like what are the
he's
big,
got
Hogan situation.
Yeah, the big goatee thing going on.
Like wait, like this, or are you talking like Joe Exotic?
Joe Exotic.
Oh,
Thank you.
fuck. Okay.
Yes.
The good old Tennessee lawman.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a picture of me with facial hair like that.
And Siggy, on the other hand, is kind of the complete opposite in that he's shorter. He's maybe 5'2", 5'3". Same complexion and hair color. His hair is stringy and blonde and long, about to mine, and poker straight. He's got half of his lower jaw is augmented. It's a completely like detachable piece of metal with an LED strip here. And like I explained before, he's got a welded trucker hat on top of his head with the emoji, like his mood hat with the emojis that light up.
I fucking want that, Kevin. I want that.
His torso is also very fancy. He takes great pride in his augments. They are colorful LEDs going on. You could see like what's the machines that it's like a obstacle course. The Rube
Goldberg.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
You could see it looks kind of like that. There's like spiral things and things are spinning, and like there's a pinball that's going around, and none of it really does anything except for like look cool. And he's got regular arms and legs. He's wearing like really dusty camo pants and a battered tank top, and Lars is wearing also like a different kind of like fatigues, but his t-shirt has a teddy bear on, like a little pink teddy bear right in the center.
What about the environment?
Lars is my best friend. I hope nothing happens to him.
What about, I'm sorry?
The environment? Like buildings?
I'm getting there. So you take a look at Lars and Siggy and kind of expand out. They're standing underneath where the truck was. Is standing underneath a big old like gas station sign that seemed to be transplanted from what used to be like a rickety old gas station and put in this gas farm. And it says Big Ed's Gas Farm. And there's an arrow that comes and bends down that has the light bulbs. None of them are working. It's like a white sign with red letters, and the red's kind of crimson at this point from just sun exposure and wear. The gas farm is expansive. It takes up probably about 2 city blocks.
Wow.
It's huge, and you could tell it's only partially operational. The rest seems to be just sort of like a place for parts or a place for like people to stay if they need it, passing through. But there's like working, you can hear the hum and the grinding of like moving pieces in this place. You see people also. There are people pacing on the top. And there are people kind of like walking around and talking, smoking cigarettes outside. There's cars kind of moving. Like you could see like little strips of smoke or of dust going like down the road in the distance where cars have been leaving or trucks pulling in. It seems to be a frequently like trafficked place. but everyone's kind of hanging out.
Why are we here?
Well,
Shouting from a distance, because I just realized that I've just been walking this whole time. Turn around and it's like, oh shit, just start coming back. Why are we here?
We are here. I'm taking you to see Laura. That was what I was told to do. I was told to come get you because you were going into an absolute ludicrous situation, and we came and rescued you.
Turning around to the other. Wait a second. Do I see Kode or no? No.
Still hanging out underneath.
Oh, fuck. Turn to the other two.
I'm still talking to Lars.
Turn to Andromeda, realize it's fruitless, and just remain silent.
Well, I was supposed to get 4 of you. I only saw 3 when I was there. Unless you saw one, Lars. And Lars looks over and he's like, saw. All right. Well,
a person, Lars.
I mean, there's a lot. There's some over there. You're a person. They're a person. She's a person. My brother's a person. He's a short person, but he's a person.
Go on, bud.
Siggy kind of smacks him in the arm, and he's like, I mean, don't you all have a 4th?
We do. We don't even keep track of him all that well, though, to be fair.
He kind of just does his own thing, you know?
He's very hard to find.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll show up. Don't worry about it.
Don't mind those. Those are just the drones overhead. We just kind of keep an eye on the perimeter. Here's the thing, though.
Excuse me, drone?
Yeah, you said you liked drones earlier, didn't you? I've got a whole lot of them.
Do you mind if I like send up my own?
Oh yeah, there's a yard out back. I'll take you around, and before we meet Laura, and you can play with your drones out there. There's like little practice.
Do it like right now.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay.
Just don't hit the ones that are up in the air, because they're like,
pulls drone out of pocket and starts sending it into the air. It's immediately going to go to the nearest drone and try to like dock with it to see what it's seeing.
Amazing.
Android sex.
Have y'all ever seen airplanes like refuel?
Oh yes, that's the whole thing.
It's like that.
It extends a little donger.
Android sex.
I mean, have you ever, in response to you saying it's not Android sex, it's like a plane refueling, have you ever seen a plane refuel? It looks very much like
Android sex.
So
I've actually seen airplanes refuel. My dad was a jet engine mechanic for years, but yeah, so that's how I know. It's very similar.
So yeah, you go and you send your drone up, and it's just a perimeter of a gas farm. There's actually everything seems pretty fucking chill here. It's a really weird, quiet vibe that you are not used to experiencing in the city. And Siggy like looks at everybody, and he kind of like he focuses on Shar, because Shar is the most mechanical out of everybody.
Sitting down on the cracked, dry ground, just waiting to be led, taking in everything that it possibly could, waiting for something.
Yeah, so he like kneels down to Shar, and he's like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty sure you're like the leader.
Who are you?
I'm Siggy Bookhouse. I said that earlier.
I don't know if this is capable of processing anything more than a name. So I understand I am not the leader. I am... Your generators keep turning on and off. Go do whatever you need to do. If you need a boss, go talk with the multi-haired colored one.
Well, what I'm saying is, Laura was expecting 4. and I only have 3. And
that is not my fault. Our friend was on top of the roof of the building, most likely descending down into the building. If anyone can find him, good luck. It's like trying to convince this one that Rip Stickers is anything but a fake meat joint. It's like trying to convince that one that she's actually nothing more than just 19 years old. And it's like, well, you
17.
And she can hear extremely well. If you lost our friend, that's on you. But all I can tell you is you need to go and find him now. That was apparently your job by Laura Palmer, you say? Is that your employer? Laura Palmer? The disembodied one? The one who lives in the Vale?
Nobody lives in the Vale here.
Laura Palmer has a body?
Heck yeah, she's got a body. It's a nice body too. Have you seen it?
Stop. Is it made of flesh or tink 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 like this?
Oh, tink 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 like us.
Us. I look for flesh on the body.
I mean, like, not these or these, but like you and maybe one day me, I hope, if I'm lucky, I could be like you, but...
Stand up, use his head as a lift and push up. Stand up. Grab him by the shoulder, lift him up. Let's go, Laura Palmer. Oh, and please find our friend. He's the only source of real meat that we have, aside from the 17-year-old.
And like, aside from her one comment, she's been like in her Omni tool, busy with her little drone sex.
Okay.
Is he trying to figure out if Shar meant that we were going to at some point eat Kode and Andromeda?
Yummy. Man flesh.
I don't know if it's a joke or of just misused, like picked the wrong words, or if if they're genuinely gonna eat Kode or Andromeda.
So Siggy is going to say, hey, Lars. And Lars turns from Zephyr and says, yeah, Sig. Can you stay out here? And if their friend comes, just like lead them to the cafeteria, because that's where I'm going to be with them before we go to meet Laura. Is that all right? And he says, yeah, that's fine. And he hoists himself up on the truck. Kode, you feel a weight as he sits down, and it kind of goes roll, and it lowers a little bit. But he's like, oh, that's all right. What does he look like? And Siggy kind of is like, I don't really know, and I don't think that they're gonna tell us. So just ask anybody that comes in if they are friends with these. Ask if they're Kode.
How far away are they from me?
Like right, you're all kind of close together.
Like this. Holograph down on the ground. Try to provide some shade so these idiots can see it against the bright background. Like this. This is what you're looking for. Can you see this? And Kode is just like the Da Vinci Man, just doing this. Like a fully rigged model, but not rigged.
Lars takes out like a marker out of his pocket, and he starts to draw like a stick figure on his hand.
Which way is Killison City, if you don't mind my asking? Which way is it? I'm gonna walk back.
I pull up my own pen and start adding details to Lars' stick figure.
The hair a little bit.
I'm like, no, you gotta add speed lines because he's always moving and he's real damn fast.
Gotta go fast.
So, God.
So, throughout this conversation, I'm going to get intel because clearly we're in a place that might be a death trap that my friends are going to. So I got a partial success on my parkour, and I would like to use leave no trace and navigate to an advantageous spot somewhere so that I cannot be seen, and I can figure out how the surveillance works for this general area and see if they're going to in fact go into a death trap.
Brilliant. Where would you like to go in this advantageous new spot?
So you said this was a farm, fuel farm?
Yep.
Assuming that there are some pipelines going in between some of the areas, and I'm covered in dust, so I look like I belong here in the fucking first place. I'm probably going to just tumble off from underneath, do a skulk over a rock, walk next to somebody as if I like threw something away in the garbage, walk past them. If they're in conversation, step up onto one of the pipelines and get a better visual vantage point of where everything is.
Sure. You are quickly realizing, do you remember that underground city?
Yep.
It looks exactly like that, but at a gas farm.
Got it.
You've got like people just congregating. There's kids playing. There's everyone's kind of on edge, like they're waiting for something to happen eventually, but it's just not today, probably.
Okay.
It's a community, and the you realize the surveillance is really just for the community's protection. The thing you notice, though, is that while you are caked in sand and therefore can blend in, you cannot blend in that you are made of meat, and everybody else is at least halfway cybernetic, if not more. Most people are at least all of their like limbs are cybernetic. Some people are lucky enough to have heads and torsos in addition. Not a whole lot of organic folk around here.
Are there any like tarps or rolled up big pieces of fabric that I can use to cover or like kind of loop in that I can grab and do? That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my blend in thing as best I can.
Yep, you got it. And there's no real threat to the rest of them.
All right, so I'll just stand relatively close. I'm assuming as Lars enters the truck to wait, and I'll kind of just tail them and get the outside perspective right now, because this ain't working. Not with all that sand. This is probably jammed all the shit.
Awesome. So Siggy kind of turns to Late Night Whizbiz. Thanks for the follow.
And that means that this one over here gets yet another reroll on the next one. Thank you, lady.
You're so lucky,
Thank you,
Kevin.
late
Look
night.
at you.
I'm doing my best.
Too, man.
Yeah. So Siggy kind of like is herding cats. He's like, are y'all ready? I mean, it's she doesn't wait for anybody really.
I mean, Andromeda's been ready. She's just on her Omni tool.
Yeah. You notice that the majority of the drone surveillance, there's like a couple that are doing like a whole perimeter. The rest of them are just like toys. That's it.
Yeah, she would have found one of the perimeter ones and sent and like latched on to that one to like share a signal real quick, so she could get an idea of kind of like what their capacity is in terms of like scoping the place out. And if it's just like basic video footage, she's not like crazy interested, but if it's being like projected anywhere or sent anywhere, if it's being stored somehow, then like she definitely is kind of like tapping into that and getting details on the matter.
Perfect. I will let you know if you get anything.
Thank you.
And Siggy just kind of looks around. He's like, all right, 3 out of 4 of you, that's 75%. That is not very great, but it's all right. I will make it work. And he sort of like leads the way. Do you all follow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So you're led through the gas farm. It kind of like you're weaving in and out of these big, tall, expansive pipes being sticking out of the ground and wrapping around. There's like, a couple times you have to pause and jump back a little as these kids are like playing hide and seek and running through. Couple people bump into you. It's kind of hard to navigate. You kind of always have to be like, I'm coming around the corner.
Anytime we run across kids playing a game, I interact with them in the way that any Shade City adult interacts with any Shade City kid, and I just hand them a knife. I'm like,
and one of them's like, cool, and he immediately stabs it into the side of one of the pipes, and they're like, it's cool climbing stuff. I'm trying to like climb up the.
How many knives
I turn to Stacie and go, that's the thing. Listen, I'm from Shade City. You always gotta carry as many knives as you can. I open up my coat. There's just a bunch of knives. I don't have my coat on. I open up just like it's my shirt.
And you are led through in the middle of one of the structures that it looks like it's been sort of like a prefab kind of situation on the inside. And slapped together is this warehouse in the middle of the gas farm jungle gym. And there is a makeshift kind of like food service area with like a banquet line and people serving. The meal is steaming and fresh, and it seems to be a meal time. And from the way the sun is in the sky, you assume it's lunch. It is real food. Actual food, not printed, not synthetic, not processed. It is real food.
I've analyzed the edibles in this area, and they pose a major threat to your systems.
What threat would that be?
Well, it seems to be completely organic material, and right now your body is expecting copious amounts of chemicals. So you can, and this is at normal conversational tone or volume, you can expect explosive diarrhea, potentially some vomiting and leakage from the eyes and ears.
Dope,
That
I'm
all
not
sounds
fucking
pretty
hungry.
normal. Oh, I mean, yeah, me neither.
I
Either
usually
way,
only drink like.
I'll
Because
be-
I work at rib stickers. I'm sure it can't do much worse to me than that.
You've been forewarned.
I remember the first time I came here and I had diarrhea for about a month. It was the worst. Luckily, there's vitamins that you could take before, and he like leads you to the front of the line where it's like these nondescript and little white paper circle cups, little pills of
Oh yeah,
various
those
colors.
the dispensaries. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is that they all look different. It's not like everybody gets one blue pill and one brown pill. It's like you ransacked your grandpa's medicine cabinet and just put things with like maybe a Skittle in there somewhere.
So it's like a cyberpunk methadone clinic or a 1920s girls' school.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awful. I feel bad for everyone here.
But everybody seems to be happy. It's a really happy place. It's not really busy in the cafeteria. It seems to be the end of lunchtime, so there's staff that are working behind the lines and a few tables that are occupied, but most of them are vacant.
Where's Laura?
Oh, she'll be on her way soon. I have to vet you first. There's like a process. I got to make sure that you are who she wants.
Can you make good with that process?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I will find us a table, and you all get your food and come over, and we'll have a nice little chat before I go get her.
I just sit down at that table, not needing to eat, though I am completely appreciating the odd-looking stranger in the corner that a cat really loves.
Kitty.
Yeah, so I'll let y'all get what you want to do before you sit down.
Yeah, I think Andromeda, she'll have like one eye on the Omni tool that's still kind of on her little drone that's still like around, but then goes and like grabs whatever is the equivalent of a cup of coffee, and just like grab that and come and sit down. She doesn't eat a lot. She probably should, but she doesn't. She consumes an insane amount of caffeine.
I think it's Zephyr sits down at the table and reaches for where he would normally have his flask, but instead of like the kind of like dented, a little bit rusty metal flask, he pulls out just like a full-on like gourd with a cork in the top.
Okay, beautiful. It's fucking great. And this is so on brand. I love it. So as
kitties, all the kitties.
As this, it's the gamer kitty. As you all sit and Siggy looks like he's kind of like he's sitting down like perched like a gargoyle on the table, like real excited. As y'all sit down, he says, "Now, when I found y'all, well, you two, we had just killed Audrey and Catherine Packard. Those bitches were up to no good, and we are glad that they're dead. That is 2 down and 1 to go."
Thank you, but whose side
Can we
you...
can we do like a rewind on that? What's up with Audrey?
She's dead. Oh, are you asking me like in real life?
I mean, both.
Oh.
Like Andromeda doesn't know that Audrey was up to no, like what kind of shit was Audrey doing?
Sorry. Yes, of course. Oh, you didn't know. Okay. Well, wait, didn't she hire you?
Yeah, she did. She gave me like a shit ton of money, dude.
Yeah. I would say you've been hoodwinked.
But we are the ones who profited.
Oh yeah, that she'll do that. She's literally made of money. She doesn't really care. She's got credits coming out of every orifice in her body, but she's not a good person.
You obviously killed her, so like
that was actually
not you anymore. But like, what the fuck?
That was actually the first time I met her. According to Laura, she was a bad person, and Laura is our boss. So what she says is gospel. So you were hired by Audrey to find out who killed Laura, and good news is she's not dead, so that's good. Bad news is
we kind of figured that out ourselves, but like, thanks for the confirmation, Peach.
I really, he like kind of like gets all like excited, and he says, now, what would you have done with the information that was given to you had she been dead and had you found the killer?
I am so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt this. We've been hired for a very specific purpose. As far as I understand it, we've already received what many would consider is an exorbitant fee. We've been through a bit. Our friend is missing, and now we are being asked about situations that will never come to be. Where, sir, the fuck is Laura Palmer, the person who has been speaking to me in my head in a very mysterious manner? Let me outline this one more time. Certain communication protocols have been in use since the inception of this scheming plan. I've not been able to identify them, and I am considered an expert. Needless to say, I have plenty of questions. So how about we stop with the hypotheticals, take us to your boss, and then we find out what the fuck is going on at last. That's just for me. I don't speak for the others. Oh, and by the way, have you found our friend?
He's in the corner. And you hear...
corner?
You hear... Cody, if you were in this cafeteria, which corner are you in?
Probably by whatever like water fountain soup kitchen thing is, blending in just fine, trying to be like everybody else, eavesdropping in.
And next to that water fountain is the kind of like hospital style double doors that are opened up, and you all hear the voice that said that, and you turn around and it's unmistakably Laura Palmer standing in the doorway.
Damn it.
But it doesn't look like any of the billboards, any of the photos in that box in Ella's pawn shop, any of the old, like, kind of VH1 style documentaries that you've seen on TV of her, like, come up story, any of the employee photos on the wall of the Black Lodge. As you stand in the kind of obnoxious fluorescent lighting of the very clinical cafeteria, there's a sort of eerie hush that falls over the atmosphere as Laura's very sultry and authoritative voice echoes into the room. You see this like blend of what once was human with this metamorphosis into this beautiful, almost masterpiece of mechanical work. Shar, you are made intricately and you were made with care, and yet that person is an amateur that designed you compared to what you see in Laura. There is a sort of like hushed ripple of anticipation in the air as she moves forward. Her gait is authoritative and weirdly like freshly human, like as if like a snake had just learned to walk. As her feet move forward, the rest of her body kind of flows, and it seems effortless, but it's new, and you could tell that what was Laura Palmer would have known how to walk. This might be Laura, but there's something too new about her.
Waiting for her to say something and then match those vocal patterns with the patterns that I've had in my head in the past, just to ensure authenticity.
Yeah.
From my like dusty, homeless person tarp and my cloud-covered apparel, I'm here sipping a drink. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys?
I knew he was here.
As she passes, like Cody's out of her periphery, she kind of gives a smirk, and then her eyes lock on Shar, and she says, "It's nice to finally meet you in person." And your analysis is correct. This is absolutely Laura Palmer.
Cody is here. Hey, friends. Yeah. Cody's here.
Yep. Yeah, I'm here.
Cody's been here.
Yeah.
Cody is as much of a human as Andromeda is.
Yes.
And I know every single human that enters my gas farm.
I don't really need gas.
You're Big Ed?
It's pretty good.
She looks at Zephyr and she kind of like smiles, like smile laughs. And she says, and she looks at Siggy. You were so close to disappointing me. But all four are here. Why don't you go over to the med hold and see what they can arrange for you now as your reward?
What's over there and what reward?
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the med hold might have limbs and other parts.
Yeah, Siggy slaps his knees and he jumps up from his gargoyle stance and he says, "Oh, Thank you, Miss Palmer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get an arm. It's gonna have boom boom shoulders too, but it's gonna be semi-automatic. That was a really great idea, Andromeda. I can't wait. And you hear him like rush out. He's like, the Bookhouse boys are back, baby. Let's go. And he just walks down or you see him like disappear out of sight.
As this is happening, Andromeda has like recalled her drone, and the drone is gonna like start to slowly migrate and go into like spider mode, and is gonna be like on the ceiling and is gonna kind of observe and record all of this.
Okay. Now, I want to thank you all for coming to my humble abode outside of the city. And now, as you can see, I am clearly very much alive.
Who killed you?
You paid us? Ultimately, you did the paying us thing?
No.
Okay.
Audrey is filthy rich.
Got it. All right. So here's the deal. Like, I'm a cut right through it. I know, Shar, you got something to say. Zephyr, you're confused a little bit, and Andromeda. Anyway, I'm a cut right to the point. We was being dicked around this whole time by people with money. Like I thought. Like we said, I said it the first time we even walked into the thing. I was like, we're probably part of some fucking game, and it's right. And nothing to do with you, but there's a lot of people who relied on your public face existing in Killison City, right? And now they all think you're dead. And there's a lot of really, really sad motherfuckers out there about that. So all I want to say, because I go out here and I see a lot of people who ain't right. All right, they got whatever happened in their life, it changed who they were to fucking get augmented as needed, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into my philosophies about that. But my job was to find out who killed you. And since that's not a thing that happened, apparently, or maybe it is, I don't know how the fuck this works. Shar, you can explain that shit to me some other time. I need a fucking answer on what the fuck's going on right now. Like just fucking hardline me right now. You could give them different answers. I need to know what the fuck I'm doing here.
No, what he said.
Ditto that too, but like for me.
I would also like a real answer, but if I could make a guess beforehand, just so that if I do get it right, I can kind of brag about that. Would Audrey have hired us because she believed that we wouldn't find out the answer, and then that she could say, well, I put in the best effort I could to find her killer?
Yes. And to answer your other question, you all killed me. Not you, but the killers. The killers of Killison City. Every single one of you killed me.
Bitch, I don't know you.
Hold up.
And I don't give a fuck about your high and mighty empire of whatever.
Andromeda, hold up a sec.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Let me take a guess at this real quick. The shit that you did, the shit that you have been doing, this whole procedure, where you are right now, I'm gonna take a guess, and I hope you're like, nah, you're naive or some other weird villainy fucking monologue you might have. I'm gonna take a guess and say that because Killison City is the way it is, the systems involved, and how everybody who draws breath plays into the corpo mindset, and everything that it falls under the syndicate is all by their design, forced you to do what it is that you do in order to live a happy life. That's my first guess. My second guess is you went the opposite way that my type does. We hate that we have to deal with changing who we are, who we want to be. And because of that integration, you went full fucking tilt. And you're not even organic at all. You're some backup or some shit.
Oh, look, Shar. It's thinking.
Fuck me.
I would like to set something straight.
Fucking hate.
You, Laura Palmer, whom we have been hired to find out who has been killed. I'm very happy to see that you have been uploaded and downloaded again into a body. I understand that process. But bitch, the moment that you begin offending my friends is the moment that I begin to take personal offense. And someone who has a good amount of experience in not only the veil, but also this body, I will surely disassemble anybody here and then put your brain inside of a fucking jar. Keep the bitchiness contained. We were here for you. Do not insult my meaty friends. I have journeyed in a truck. I don't know where the fuck he came from.
Oh, nah,
this one down here.
He was on
yeah.
Shush, all of you.
Sorry.
This one, just spend 5 minutes with, and you'll both love and hate. This one, I can't even explain. You have the most amount of explaining to do, and yet, oddly enough, I feel it is not to us, but to all those people. And as for us, if you are saying that we killed you, I understand that you are talking about the very society that promoted the augmentations and the glamification of all of that. I understand that, if that is where you are coming from. But please, enough of the personal diatribes. Can you please tell us what exactly is going on, as if you are nothing more than just a little bot? Please.
You were here because you investigated who killed me. And now, metaphorical or not, you know who that is. The ideal of it, I suppose.
Perhaps I've missed something. Who pulled the trigger?
I did.
You killed yourself. It was a suicide job?
I went to work. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zephyr.
Cooper's prototype blank slate deal. Growing a new body at the press of a button seemed a bit far-fetched to me. It might be that it goes the other way.
Oh, no.
No, don't.
What he did is what he says he did. He did create a reversal of sorts. He wanted to own me, in that all of the parts inside of me that were augmented should have stamps of CSE on everything. And I didn't like that. His goal was to use the heart, turn me back to human, and then slowly reassemble me piece by piece using his equipment to test it out, to further his pocket lining and get richer. Now, I am very proud of the body that I have created for myself. This is a culmination of all of my hard work, from Shade City all the way to the top.
You did all of this? I'm gathered together with Corpo's best technical crews. This is the body of a simulant from the Syndicate itself. You cannot achieve a greater masterpiece than that which I inhabit currently, and yet your body is somehow, some way, superiorly manufactured than mine.
Oh, Shar, hold up. Meat finds a way. Let me tell you. The moment that you was born, Shar, the moment that you entered that body, I can guarantee you there was some prototype out there 5 seconds after that was an upgrade.
He's not wrong, but this
Shar
is art.
slinks back into the room, inadvertent, like unintentionally and contemplates what it's like to be in a body that never grows, never advances, never really upgrades. Just sits down for a moment and remains silent.
Laura softens, and she's clearly taken a preference to the more augments you have. So she softens at Shar's hesitation. She says, Shar, I don't claim to be better than you. Art is subjective, and you, in your own right, are a work of art. However, Kode is not wrong. It is too easy to take a prototype and pump out 5,000-6,000 of the same, and 12 hours later, when the next shift of workers comes in, pump out 5,000 or 6,000 of slightly upgraded versions. Now, it's what you do with the body you're given. That's what counts.
It's what we do with the limitations that we have been given. Not so much the body. The body is nothing more than a shell. Your kind, my kind, we are two separate species. If we were to be duplicated, one of us would never evolve. They do. They consistently evolve. They constantly repair themselves. They gain nutrients, and those nutrients, very unlike what our power sources are like, are transmuted from something organic down to its most base of elements. You cannot sugarcoat what we are and try to mitigate the importance of them and try comparing us. What you are is more advanced. And I can understand why you would want to leave a meat frame and go to what you have become. But I assure you, you have made the gravest mistake of them all.
I am free.
You are not free. You are beholden to upgrades. You are beholden to oil. You are beholden to copper. You are beholden to fiber. You do not self-repair. You are delusional. Please know your place amongst those who made you. That is the least amount of dignity that you could possibly give yourself and others who are inferior to you.
Oh, Shar.
Do not address me by that name. I have a serial number, which is my true name. Shar is just a mere manufacturer of humankind. Be what you are. Be what you have always wanted to be. Not human, but machine. You have forsaken everything that it is to be human. You call yourself an improvement? You call yourself an upgrade? Sure, you'll outlive every single one here. Yes, you've downloaded your whole thing. But let me ask you a question. When you take an ancient ship from memory, and in the name of restoration, you end up replacing every single board over the course of time, do you actually still have the original piece? No, you do not. You have a replica. You do not have the original. So please, spare your sanctimonious philosophies. I know what it's like to never have had a human body. You forsake the greatest gift ever given to a living being in an effort to try to become something better. You are not creator. You became the created.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Shar.
Systems down.
You all will still help me because of the next task I'm going to give you. And you won't say no. See, Dale Cooper has the heart. He didn't like Audrey. He didn't care for Catherine. He sent you there because he knew that they would be dispatched. And surely by now, he definitely has his prize back. He, like Dr. Hazer, is equally unhinged. He will use that, manufacture that, and he will turn us, and she looks at Shar, who's shut down.
Powered down.
And looks at Zephyr, back into our truly 100% organic form, and then continue to use us over and over and over again until he perfects every piece of security equipment that he has developed over the years. Now, even if what Shar says is true, and that I am nothing more than a bundle of sentient parts of machine, clearly you all can see the destructive nature of a piece like that.
I can see the destructive nature of the man, Dale Cooper, but honestly, your experience is not universal, Laura. You say that he wants to turn me back into 100% organic. I would like nothing more. I did not. I gestured to like my one arm that I still have attached and my other arm that is still like in Shar's hand. These aren't mine. I didn't get these installed. The only cyberware I ever got installed was a chip. And that was because it was absolutely necessary for my employment at Rib Stickers. The day I got this chip, I got stabbed in an alleyway. Okay? I did what I had to try to feed a daughter in Shade City. Okay? And now I have the money. I don't got the daughter no more. So what's the fucking point? I'm gonna go kill Dale Cooper. I'm not doing it for you. And I'm gonna leave.
Well, are you following him?
I want to get something straight real quick. You clearly have the resources and you're in a prime spot to be out of the public eye, especially with the crazy reach that Shar has, and even our other fellow sinners that know more about the Veil than I do. You can get out of their public eye, even find out where they are. I have a question.
I didn't hear that question.
What are you doing here? What? He points out to all the folks that might be about, augments not having a great life, but they're forced augmented, choice augmented, whatever it was. What do they have to do with what you have established here? Are you hiding? Are you trying to build something? Because having us come all the way out here and get picked up by those fucking dudes right there, that was such a shoddy job. We knew as soon as we got there, with the lame ass security that was set up, we knew it was a setup going in, but we played along. All right? Out of necessity. I'm here to find out what the fuck is happening. Why are you here? What is your goal? Because it's not just to get us out here to fuck out and take out Dale Cooper. That shit ain't it. That's just some thing on the docket that you got going on. I want to know what the fuck is up.
You have displayed an immense amount of ego. taking us 2.47 hours away from our home when you have had ample opportunity to explain to me directly through whatever mechanisms and protocols that you have exactly what is going on. You could have said, come out here to this location, here are the coordinates. Instead, you have engaged in all kinds of obfuscation of communication. Please understand that when I say I speak for nearly everyone here, I firmly believe I am speaking true. Not a single one of us trusts you. You established that relationship, Miss Palmer. So tell us, why are we here? Why the charade? And why shouldn't we answer the question of who killed Laura Palmer ourselves?
Because very much so, you're standing right here, and that would be an easy dollar to be like, oh yeah, it was us, and we make more money from it. That's a possibility, and not threats. I don't know how you fucking process, language now with your fucking tech brain now, but that's not a threat. I'm just saying, what's going on with that?
Easy with the tech brain. I have one too.
She considers you for a moment, and she says, she looks around at like what they had built there. I will be honest, it's hard to access the Veil this far out, and it's even harder during the dust storms. What visions I was able to send to you were through my own Veil prototype, which is why they probably looked a little weird, for lack of a better word. Now, the charade was not intentional.
Intentional?
Rather,
bullshit! It absolutely was. You appeared in front of a camera and...
Shar, we gotta hear this. Gotta know. I know. But we gotta get to the root of it.
Thank you, Cody.
Don't thank me. I'm not doing this for you.
It wasn't intentional. I did die by my own hand, but I did. I went to work. I couldn't take it anymore. They were using me. They were using me to keep the club alive. They were slowly killing me in the process. All I wanted was a part here or there to look better, feel better, succeed better, and they took advantage of that. So I removed what was left. It wasn't much. I was mostly cybernetic by then, and I managed to climb the wall of the building up onto the roof and leave. Nobody ever knew. And while I did try to send you messages, I didn't ask for you to come out here right away because I was hoping that maybe you could see for yourself what they were doing to people, what they were treating their workers like, if you were able to see through that. If you recall, I believe you met Ronette.
Yes, and I offered her a better life. But you also say that you didn't ask that we come out here, and instead you took our bodies via your henchlings and brought us here. You are correct. You didn't ask us. You simply forced us.
Around you, you see various cybernetic people, because that is what they are. They are people. And we are free here. We are not hiding. It might look like we're hiding, but we're free. We don't have to succumb to what the humans want us to do. They don't have to use us for their benefit anymore. That's why we're here.
Shar sits up, takes 2 steps forward, and approaches, I'd say, maybe 3 feet from Laura Palmer, if possible. If you refer to humans in a derogatory tone one more time, I swear to God I will disassemble you. Am I clear? I've already done it to several people. I've earned my place in this society, doing precisely that. From this point forward, I will say nothing more and allow your own words to cause judgment. I know my origins, Miss Palmer. You manufactured yours. Please, do not engage me on that level. I will win. Do not engage with humans in a derogatory tone ever again in my presence. Miss Palmer, please continue. Take 2 steps back, sit down.
You notice, because you were close to her face, that should have scared her. She does not comprehend fear.
I'm going to roll for ultimatum.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Ooh, I'm trying to be honest here. Is it scared or powerful? I want to say scared for her friends, but this is her place. She is powerful and believes in her mission. I don't want to cheat it. I'm going to roll ultimatum with powerful.
Also, sidebar, I used one of my rerolls for search feelings.
Ooh.
But that's I can kind of guess what I'm picking up from the not so feelings haver that is Laura Palmer.
Ultimatum. When you say what you want and what you will do if you don't get it, roll. Advanced roll or advanced move. I rolled a 12.
What's the result?
Sure. So it's a success. Make you carry out your threat. So you can choose. Laura Palmer will make Shar carry out her threat, or Laura Palmer will back down and give you what you want.
Yeah. I'll answer both questions. Do you have any specific feelings you're searching for, Cody?
Yes. I'm trying to see if empathy is something that Laura Palmer is exuding when talking about anyone who has free will.
Brilliant.
Has she separated entirely from being controlled?
Brilliant.
That's dope.
As Shar steps back, Laura takes a step back, a polite step back, and Cody, you see the feelings that are in her look like wet cement sloshing in a bucket as she steps back. It's gray and thick, and there's nothing to decipher one emotion from the next. However, what you see on the outside is what Shar is seeing, which is a slight nod, almost in respect to Shar's prowess in the situation. And she says, "Very well. Now, one of your crew has left. They are going to kill Dale Cooper, whether you decide to join him or not. But I suspect you'll all want to be there together to see it through, so as to make sure he doesn't die."
Look around. Shar missed the point where somebody said that they were leaving.
Yeah, fucking Zephyr's gone. Zephyr dipped. He's on a
Zephyr's really
mission. He's gonna kill. He's probably there right now.
2.5 hours, dude. 2.5 hours by fucking by truck.
Time.
Yeah, so she looks at all of you and she doesn't seem fazed by the death threat. It is at this impasse that we will pause until next week, where we decide if the crew will fulfill Laura's request or not.
Or take out Laura Palmer.
Nah, this is some spicy shit.
That's
Fuck. Fine.
so next week will be the season finale, probably.
Oh shit.
Stop.
We're getting there. All right.
How was it?
Very good.
Frustrating, man.
Why?
Frustrating because for me, so much of it was the build up to this moment, only to find out that the person who has been in communication with Shar the entire time could have just said, by the way, I'm over here in the desert. Here's the coordinates. You can just come over to us. She's been fucking playing us.
A lot shorter though.
What's up?
This game would have been a lot shorter though.
Well, yeah, you're talking about a logical droid type person.
It's the same argument of, but what if Neo took the blue pill? It's like the movie would be about a different dude.
Yeah, but it was about him taking a different pill. It wasn't about the option.
But here's another thing to consider. If that were the route that Laura took, she would have given the information in her position to people she had no fucking clue were anywhere near capable of doing anything, for that matter.
Oh, I disagree, because Laura had the ability to communicate at will, which means that she always had a connection. And if somebody always has a connection in the Veil, chances are they can read, right? So
whenever there wasn't a sandstorm.
Did she, we didn't get to communicate with her until I got data from the fucking thing. So.
Right. So there was a point where
it wasn't necessarily at will. It was there was a bit of a turning point.
Well, of course, yeah, there had to be the moment when Laura Palmer had our address, had our whatever, and then could do this. But it was Shar. So the reason why Shar is pissed off is because it's motherfucker, I was in Dale Cooper's office. If you wanted Dale Cooper dead, I could have ripped his head off and licked his entrails for you. It would not have been an issue. We were there, and instead you were go find the shit. Okay, let me lay this out.
The heart.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
That was an annoying important step. My guess is the beats to what needed to be done is, yes, hey, I'm over here, let's have a conversation, then go fucking find the heart and then kill Dale Cooper. That's not the right order. It had to be done in the order to where we had contact with Dale Cooper to find out the intricacies and judge for ourselves if we would be on the side of Dale Cooper or the side of Palmer. So I feel you, but that was a very necessary philosophy to pick up on before we made that decision. In both cases, we could have been yeah, fuck Laura Palmer. Blam blam, it's done. Let's throw her in some fucking let's throw her into the pit and kill Dale Cooper and fuck the corpos and session over. But
that's always an option in the Cyberpunk game, is to go actually.
Yeah,
we're just gonna do terrorism now.
Yeah, just straight up terrorism. But
it's actually, if I see somebody wearing a suit, I'm gonna shoot them.
I committed terrorism light.
Yeah. I'm very
proud of you.
I'm very much of the mindset that the steps to get where we are now were necessary, from not only us to make a decision for ourselves and be autonomous, but from the perspective of Laura Palmer to get us to do anything for her needs. as well.
Well, all right. So, Donald, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got Donald now. So, Donald has some thoughts. Donald
has answers.
Yeah, I know. Donald has answers. Donald knows better than all of us. Donald, what's up?
About after listening to what Laura Palmer was saying, my theory is, I mean, I think she was, as she said, she was getting these augments to, do better and try to, better herself and to, make a life for herself in this what she was doing. But she's probably right in a way that they were taking advantage of her. But I think the more she dove into these augments, I think she was probably going through cyberpsychosis, and she wasn't thinking straight, and that's when she came up with this scheme to do what she did. And part of cyberpsychosis, I mean, she's losing part of herself, and the only part that got transferred was the part that you see now. Like what makes her truly Laura Palmer, a lot of that's at least part of it partially gone. And that's not to say that doesn't even take into account the cyberdoc that actually did the transfer and what they did in the process and everything. So who you're talking to now is just a fraction of Laura Palmer.
I hate this.
With that's one of the reasons I did that search feelings too, and I was definitely going to use that reroll in case I fucked it up. But as soon as I got that answer, and for Kode, it was this isn't Laura Palmer. Laura Palmer's yeah. Oh, you aren't capable of the thing that separates us from like machines. Like fucking Shar has shown more emotion than that. The Shar is more living being, more human than fucking this thing that's talking to us. And that's spicy coming from fucking Kode.
Yeah, it is.
So you whatever Laura Palmer right now. Okay, thanks for the intel. You're like a toaster. I'm gonna fucking walk away.
I can confirm, Donald, that you are correct based on Cody's answer to the does she have empathy? And it was wet concrete. She is going through cyberpsychosis.
And that's not something that Shar can ever identify with. She's never...
Exactly. That's why it was...
She is part of that psychosis. She's the psychosis.
Yeah, because I was like, that was so good. And I wanted to like reward you with that monologue with like some kind of fear. But I was like, she can't comprehend that anymore because she's too far gone. And that you're right. That is something that Shar has not experienced.
Yeah.
So I think in her mind, in Laura's mind, what's left of it, her scheme was to, what Kode said, or what Kevin said, was to it has to be this way so that you could see, like she was trying to open your eyes as partly augmented things to see what was going on and what could happen to you. And hopefully you would join her in her community for the liberation of cybernetic beings. And if
that's the horror, though, in the liberation of cybernetic beings, you are going to eliminate fully cybernetic beings.
It's pretty cyberpunk, isn't it?
Shar would die. Yeah. Yeah. That's fucked up. Donald, I hate your description because it means my character will now die. Thank you.
I still have a humanity that I have banked with literally every other member of this party right now that I have not used yet. Boy, do I have some philosophical talks.
How much humanity do you have right now?
Well, I have the special thing where if you have like a scene, an emotional scene with one of the party members, you get those built up. And I don't have that many because session I rolled only and to use, and I've had to use at least one every other game. So I only have the humanity that I got from you, from Zephyr, and from Andromeda. I only have one from each of you.
So yeah, 3. I currently have 2. It's making me wonder if Shar's a little bit more human than some of her compatriots, like Andromeda. Watch Andromeda is Laura Palmer. God damn it.
I'm a stone cold bitch made of flesh.
I've had to burn the shit out of all my humanity a couple of times to avoid losing anything to keep like my meat.
Keep my meat. Keep the meat.
Well, do any of the players have any questions about anything before I have Donald say the last words?
I do not.
Yes.
I have no questions.
I don't have questions. I have lots of thoughts, but we'll probably hear about those later.
I have lots of questions, but I'll only ask one right now. What is the state of this little settlement? You said that it was just like the underground, where there were a lot of organics that weren't chipped, that were just surviving off of the shit that they have going on. And this place is quite the opposite, where everybody is augmented, probably against their will or by necessity. And here's fucking Laura Palmer, who is basically a corporation of herself, like protecting them, but a corporation nonetheless, but just with different steps. Like, what's going on with this place?
It's like kind of like a refugee camp kind of situation. It's I think she thinks very highly of it, like it's so evolved, but really it's only been evolved for like a few days. This was sort of a gathering point, so people had set up to kind of like answer a call to arms and just wait around. That's why I was like, they look like they're waiting for something, but it's not going to happen today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that answers that question.
Penny, do you have any questions? Penny,
Pretty cute kitties on the stream.
No, we have so many.
My son attacked me.
and Ragan. Oh my gosh, look at them. So Donald, you have the last words of the evening.
I've just been thinking just right now about Dale Cooper, and yeah, he's not a nice dude. Probably did a lot what Laura Palmer said. Kind of a scumbag, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Does he deserve to just get murdered? He didn't actually kill her. He didn't.
Not technically.
She threw herself off the building.
That's why I'm like,
You might be better off if like you do something to take him down, maybe without killing him.
yeah, like destroy his corporation. It's like Zephyr's gonna go out there and like claim his flesh so he can wear the skin suit, because Zephyr's like that apparently now. I mean, not to kink shame, but you know.
I'm gonna blow him up.
I'm gonna blow him up. He's got the C4.
Right.
I mean, not that you guys are friends.
I got a big old backpack full of bomb.
What was that, Donald?
So now that your characters are, I mean, you're not friends with the corpos, obviously, but you're gonna if you kill them, does this mean there's gonna be an actual murder in the upper echelons?
Yeah.
They're gonna come after you guys.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people after you.
I mean,
for that.
we killed Hazer too. I mean,
Yeah, but Hazer was a lone wolf.
That was in Shade City.
See, Donald gets it. Donald knows. So what you're
Zephyr's from Shade City. I'm bringing Shade City fucking sensibilities to the rest of the
dude. Two negatives don't equal a positive in Cyberpunk. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm making everything Shade City. I'm in my villain arc.
Hazer dying in Shade City, like, he went down there. It's people know it's dangerous there. People from over there coming to the upper echelons and killing someone up there, that's gonna be a big deal to them.
Yeah,
sends a message.
Sure.
It's a.
I'm not saying what you guys should do either way. I'm saying that's just something
Dude,
about.
this channel now has a Rogue One vibe to it.
Class warfare terrorism.
It really is, yeah.
That's my favorite part of Cyberpunk is that like the tipping point in a lot of stories is like what will drive this person to heroism. And in Cyberpunk, a lot of the time, it is what will make this person blow up a skyscraper.
Amazing. Well, thank you for allowing me to be your game runner today and next week. And I hope nobody dies. And thank you to everybody who watches. And bye, everybody.
Bye. Stay drunk,